Welcome back to Glan Y Gors Park and the Edgar's Hyundai Super 1 British Karting Championships. Next up, we're featuring the Junior TKM class. The first ever winner of this class in the Super 1 Championship was a certain Jensen Button. In a competitive field of 31 drivers this weekend, let's see who's following in Jensen's wheel tracks.
Well, the championship leader is a certain Jack Partridge. He races the 4 kart, but as you'll see, he's nowhere to be seen in that graphic. He's not in the top 16. Jake Campbell-Mills is on pole. Daniel Babert alongside on the front row. Daniel's best performance in the national championships to date. There's Partridge on P20, and one of Partridge's main competitors in the championship, Stephen Letts, on 26. It's even worse. And if those two can't get towards the front of the field in this final, they may find Daniel Babert or Jordan Irvine taking the championship lead. They're the earlier heat results. Stephen Letts, Matt Davis and Jake Campbell-Mills taking the 2 heats and final 1 respectively. Oh, and we've got big contact through turn 1 here. Lots of karts off Stephen Letts is 7. 40 is Thomas Storer. 42 Jonathan Hadfield involved. Sam Harmon, 45 kart was involved. Denham Smith was involved on the 23 kart. Carl Hornby was caught out as well. Douglas Hayford on the 43 kart, dragging his Tony kart back onto the track to get that going. He's going to get a push, but plenty of action through turn 1, lots of karts off. And we're back here with the leaders, the 98 kart there, Alex Forward. He's through to second place. We're on board here with Shay Pearce in this one. Great on board pictures from Shay's kart. The 97 cars have come through, down through the final turn. Across the start-finish line, this is turn 1, flat out here. Out onto the Dragon Straight, does he clip the dog leg? Will Shaw is the 33 kart, you can just see his right wheel there, just clipping that dog leg. That is the right line up this straight. It makes it 220 metres exactly, and he slides up the inside of the 14 kart of Aaron Mills. Left-handed down the hill. Shaw gets defensive now. Mills looks for a way down the inside. That's not going to work. And allows Shay Pearce to get that much closer up into the compression complex. 3 right-handers, that's the second one. Third one here into compression corner. This left-hander down into Devil's Elbow. Real rib cruncher there as it goes through that left-hander and down the inside of karts in front. That's a nice move by Aaron Mills, and Pearce goes with him as well. Another nice move. See that a lot in karts. You see the kart off to the left-hand side being pulled away. No yellow flags being waved. I didn't see any anyway. This is one of the most established classes in karting, been around a long time. As we see the 41 kart get shoved off unceremoniously, it's Ryan Hadfield into the spoon. He'll want to know after the race who that was. I can tell him it was his brother, 42 kart, Jonathan Hadfield. There he is. He's just shoved his brother off and he's lost about 10 places. I say 10, I think it was more like 15 places. Talk about that one on the way home. 27 looking for a move on the 61 kart, can't get that one done. It was Matthew Round-Garrido on the 27 kart, 61 was Jack New, 12 going through turn 1 was Jordan Irvine, but it's 15, the pole man that leads it, Jake Campbell-Mills from Alex Forward. On the 98 kart in second place, he started on P3, Jordan Irvine on third, started on P6, so he's made up 3 and sliding off into the long stuff is the 27 kart of Matthew Round-Garrido. Didn't look like there was any contact from behind, to be fair. Not sure whether Matthew's got a problem with his kart and just slid off. Anyway, Tom Owen is 39. He's in the midfield battle there with Jonathan Hadfield. He'll be having a chat with his brother after the race. Ryan will no doubt come off and say to Jonathan, somebody punted me off up in the spoon. I was going really well. Shoved me from behind. I lost 15 places. Did you see who it was? Ryan will say. Didn't see it, bruv. I was concentrating on trying to overtake the snail in front of me. He was going so slow, I thought he was on a Coma engine. That should be an interesting conversation on the way home. Just make out the 4 kart there, Jack Partridge. He's not made up many places so far, to be fair. Jack Partridge could lose the championship lead here. Jordan Irvine could put him under pressure for that championship lead, as could the 86 kart just going through the picture, Daniel Babert. Babert's now in 7th, he started on P2. You see the 4 kart there, Jack Partridge started in 20th, now 15th, make that 14th, no, make that 15th. Couldn't get through into the Devil's Elbow, so Partridge has only made up 5 places since the start. He'll be disappointed with that. He'll have been hoping he'd be on some sort of kamikaze mission to go from 20th to a podium, especially for the televised final. Always good when you do it on TV. You've got it to show your grandkids in years to come. There is the 86 cart of Daniel Baybutt. He could certainly grab himself the championship lead here, looking at the points structure the way it is. Daniel Baybutt, 86 there, could be the championship leader after this race. They want to make up one or two more places though. There's Jordan Irvine, who will be in with a shout of the championship as well. Stephen Letts, who was off through turn one at the start. Bit of a disaster for Stephen's championship ambitions. Picked him to win the championship at the beginning of the season. Looks like Jake Campbell-Mills, who took the win in the earlier final one, he's going to take the win here. There is Partridge making up another place, so it's an extra championship point for him as Suzanne Gutzol slides off through the spoon. She's looking back accusingly at the cart behind. Only she will know if she's been tagged from behind. It was Cameron Leeson in behind, but I'm not sure whether there was any contact or not. Only she will know. And there's Daniel Baybutt in the 86 cart. In front of him, the 33 carts, Will Shaw. Through the final turn. Shaw, Baybutt and Aaron Mills in behind. The 14 cart, the 42 cart there was Jonathan Hadfield from Buxton. Jonathan hoping he won't have to explain to his brother and his dad after the race how he shoved his brother off through the spoon there and lost him 15 places. Dad will have been watching from the bottom of the circuit. Probably say to Jonathan, that looked like you that shoved Ryan off there, Jonathan, at the top of the circuit. Jonathan will probably say, you want to go to Specsavers, Dad? Definitely wasn't me. Back with the leading drivers. Jake Campbell-Mills there just going through the picture. He's in first place, 98. Alex Forward in second. Comfortable lead over third. The third place man is not 62, it's the 12 cart of Jordan Irvine. It's not 27 either. The 62 cart Suzanne Gutzol, she's been lapped obviously after the earlier incident. And Matthew Rangarido there, who's hounding Alex Forward just to show he's got some pace and could have been right at the front of the field here in this one. You see Matthew Rangarido there. I don't think he'll make a move to unlap himself, but he's getting his 15 minutes of fame on TV anyway, and showing that had he not been involved in an incident, he had the pace to be with the front runners here. On board here with Shay Pearce, and Jack Partridge has come through from 20th on the grid, and it looks like he's into the top 10 now. He's in front of Shay Pearce. He is the onboard cameraman as he comes through the final turn, across the start-finish line. See how quick these carts up the Dragon Straight. What line does Partridge take? The perfect line. Clips that dog leg, minimises the length of the straight to 220 metres into the spoon one more time. Later in the race, still as you were, still forward in second place, and Matthew Rangarido hounding him, saying if I hadn't been punted off in this race, I could have been competing with you for a podium spot. But it's not to be. It's down the field. He's got to take the positives out the weekend though. He's clearly got the pace. Jake Campbell-Mills has put in the fastest lap at 43.35 and running wide through turn one and losing places. A ruck of places, in fact, was Will Shaw. I say a ruck of places, well, 3 places. Ruck of places has got to be at least 6, really. Back on board here with Shay Pearce into the spoon, and Jack Partridge getting closer to more championship points. He comes down the hill. He's trying to rescue a bad weekend here, Jack Partridge. Don't think it's going to be enough, whatever happens here, for him to keep the championship lead though. He's going to lose that to either Jordan Irvine or Daniel Baybutt. I think Baybutt it may be who takes the championship lead at the end of this race. Last lap as we rejoin it. It's a comfortable victory here for the leader. That is the leader there going through the picture. The man behind has been lapped. So Jake Campbell-Mills put it on pole, won the earlier final one, and has taken a very nice victory here in this televised final. The 2 carts you can see in behind him have both been lapped, so they're not in second place. It's Alex Forward who's further back in second place, and he's well clear of third, but it's Jake Campbell-Mills taking a very nice victory. Double victory in fact today, taking final one earlier, and this televised final is Alex Forward through in second place, hounded by Matthew Rangarido, and this is the battle for third. How close is this? Going across the line, and the 14 cart of Aaron Mills has stolen it on the line, coming through the final turn. What a great finish. Look at the gap between third and sixth. 11 hundredths of a second separated Aaron Mills in third from Daniel Baybutt in sixth. Well, after the race, Jake caught up with the top three, starting with the driver of that 14 kart, Aaron Mills.
Aaron, third position, you practically stole it on the finish line, didn't you?
Yeah, I had a poor start, got overtaken by a few people, managed to get into eighth, and then hold it there, and then on the last lap managed to pick third.
Well, Alex, that was a very close one. Second place, good enough for you?
For a rookie it is, yeah. It's just home track, home advantage. Great. Great for me and the SG. It was just, the cart's been brilliant all weekend.
Well, Jake, you took the lead, took command. Nice victory?
Yeah, very good. Led it from the start. I won the first final by a mile, I think, and I thought I knew I can do it in this final, so I just got my head down, and yeah. I'd just like to say a massive thanks to Litchfield Motorsport, my dad, Elliot Burton, for mechanicking me today, my mum, and everybody who participated in this win. It means a lot to me. First win ever in Super 1.
Well, a double victory in both finals for Jake Campbell-Mills, moves up into fifth place. Daniel Baybutt's got the championship lead. Can't help thinking, though, that Daniel will be disappointed. He lost a few points in that final turn. We'll be back with more after this short break.